Hi, my name is Carol Pepper. Welcome to Module 3 of my course, How to Create a Single Family Office. In Module 3, we're going to discuss how to hire the best talent for your family office. We're going to cover several topics. How to decide what talent you should have in-house versus outsourced, how to find great people, what types of benefits and salaries packages do you need to offer, selecting the right external service providers, and building and motivating a great team. The first thing you want to decide when you look at your family office, now that you have hopefully completed the business plan that we discussed in Module 2, is which people do you need full-time in-house versus full-time or part-time external to your company. By going with some people externally and some people internally, you will considerably reduce the cost of running your family office because there are some people that we don't need to use all the time. For example, I know a large single-family office that had an in-house counsel, but frankly, all that person did was supervise the external lawyers, so they were double paying for legal fees. It just didn't make a lot of sense. So typically, I find that the people that are best suited to be in-house include a head of your family office or a CFO head of your family office, someone in charge of the accounting, tax, and bill pay. Usually that person is full-time. And perhaps a bookkeeper and some secretarial support. Those are the best people for sure to have in-house. Now, in terms of external talent, you can look at the CIO, Chief Investment Officer, security firms, philanthropy experts, legal experts, and tax experts. Now, some of those people, if you have a very large multi-billion-dollar family office, you may want to have a totally in-house investment team. But I know people that have $1 billion and outsource it 100%. So this is really a personal preference, and it also depends on what types of things you plan to invest in. But if, for example, you decide to build your entire team of investment professionals in-house, be prepared for the fact that if they're very, very good professionals, they will demand carry in all the deals, and they will push you to probably create funds or some other way to grow their own personal salaries tremendously, versus potentially hiring the experts that you need externally who will not be looking for quite such a large amount of growth in their personal income as rapidly. When you decide to start hiring the talent that you want on a full-time basis, I suggest that you work with executive search professionals who specialize in family offices, because this is a very small field. There is a group of people around the world who are great at these jobs, and some of them are willing to move for the right amount of money or a great new opportunity. Perhaps their family wants to locate to a different part of the world, or perhaps they're ready to move to the next level in their profession, but there's no room in the single family office where they're currently working. The executive search people who focus in this area will be able to discover this talent for you. Once you've found someone that you really like for a particular job, it is critical to do in-depth background checks. Don't just rely on the executive search firm for this. Independently hire a top security firm in your part of the world and deeply check out a person that you're going to bring into your single family office. This person is going to have privy to all of your family secrets, and therefore they must be of the highest integrity before you hire them. I recommend that you speak directly to the references, and by this I mean the family members. Senior family members, if they're hiring a head of their family office or other senior person, should speak to the family members of the family where the person has previously worked. Do not let intermediaries have this conversation. Do it family to family. You'll be very glad you did. You'll learn a lot more if you do that. And then also, quite frankly, avoid putting people without experience into the key roles in your family office, especially if you're just starting out. I've seen people, for example, take the corporate CFO, who is a trusted person, and given him or her the job of head of the family office. But this person has absolutely no idea how to run a family office, and giving them this job is really not a best use of their talent. They can be your trusted advisor, but hire someone who has run a family office before to run your single family office, especially if you're starting out from scratch. When it comes to salary and benefits packages, it's best to follow the lead of the executive search firm that has helped you identify the talent you want to hire. My advice to you is do not be cheap. Offer a great package and you're going to be much more likely to attract the type of talent that you want. Again, you're not hiring hundreds of people for your family office. It's probably a small internal team, and you want the best possible people you can get. Offer caring perks. For example, offer to pay all the health insurance premiums. This for you is probably a small amount of money, but it is a huge help to the employees that you have in your family office. Typically in a family office, we want to find people that will stay with us forever, 10, 20 years, and some of the great single family offices I know, staff have been there for more than 25 years. And this is mostly because in addition to salary, they have a lovely working environment and they feel cared for by the family. They will often say that they feel like they're almost part of the family. And they don't mean that in a disrespectful way. They really mean they feel taken care of and they feel like the family has deep concern for them. And this is more important than salary to them. So keep that in mind. Perks are very important. Some people I know, for example, offer up their vacation homes to senior staff people a couple of times a year, or for certain long trips allow them to use the private plane. These types of things go a long way toward keeping and retaining the kind of staff that you want. You also have to think about long-term compensation and retirement packages for your long-term employees. It's very important to give them a package that is commensurate to what they can get in the market, if not a little bit better, so they'll stay. If you have a top internal CIO, chances are good that this person will want co-investment or carry in the deals that they bring to you. And that is standard today. So I know a very large multi-billion-dollar family office which have always said, we like to make our employees rich because they make us richer. The Wharton Business School studies that we referred to earlier showed that families that compensate and incent their investment staff also tend to make more money. So think about doing that. It's another way to make more money for yourselves and keep your staff happy over a long period of time.